Members, we have already formed a quorum. It is also time to start the meeting. So we are holding the meeting of the panel on housing. We are now going to elect the chairman and deputy chairman for the session 2014-15. In accordance with Rule 77(6), if a member who is the chairman or deputy chairman of a government advisory body in respect of matters which a panel considers to be directly related to the terms of reference, then they shall not be chairman or deputy chairman of the panel. And then Rule 77(7) states that a member shall not be the chairman or deputy chairman of more than one panel at the same time. Nominations, please, for the post of chairman. Mr. Kwok Wai Keung. Alice Mack. Do you accept the nomination? Yes, she accepts. Any other nominations? Mr. Yip Kok Kim seconds. Do I hear other nominations? No. Mr. Ellen Leung. Mr. Wu Chi Wai. Do you accept the nomination, Mr. Wu? Yes. Seconder. Mr. Fernando Cheung seconds. Do I hear a third nomination? No. Then in this case, two candidates have been nominated. In accordance with the rules of procedures, we'll have a secret ballot. Mr. Albert Chen, Mr. Chairman, I hope you can exercise discretion so that candidates will each be allowed 1 minute to explain to us about the role of the chairman, whether there's any interest to be declared, say, for example, whether it is similar to the case of the Director Bureau holding subdivided units. Now, Mr. Chen would like to ask the candidates to speak for a minute about the electoral platform. Anybody for or against? Mr. Chairman, I would like to claim a division concerning my proposal. So a show of hands, please. Please ring the bell because some members are not present. I don't think there is a need to do so. As you know that the next meeting will be held at 12:20, so we have a very tight schedule. Please ask the Secretariat to look up the rules of procedures. If somebody claims a division, can a chairman reject the request? Yes, please check if I can make such a ruling. If a member claims a division, then in accordance with the rules, please, we need to ring the bell for 5 minutes. So please understand the rules. Don't think that you can afford to say, I have to point out to you what has gone wrong. You are the chair. You can't do it as you like. If you don't know anything, please ask others. Don't try to pretend to be all clever. The chair would like to ask you to stop speaking. Point of order. Point of order. You don't even allow me to speak on a point of order? We will ring the bell for 5 minutes, and then there will be a division. As to the question before us, that is whether we need to ask the candidates for the post of chairman to speak, and 1 minute each. Those who are against, then you vote against it. Those who are for, then you vote for it. And it is going to be a division.
先求反對先，先求贊成。 各位
members, when we're finished with the ringing of the bell, we're going to vote on the question. That is, whether candidates for the post of chairman should be allowed to speak for 1 minute on the electoral platform, and then there will be a secret ballot. Those who are for, please say yes. Those who are against, please say no. Non-panel members cannot vote. Mr. Stephen Ho, you are just in attendance, you cannot vote. You are in attendance only. So in a moment, I will invite those who are for to raise their hands, and then I'll ask the clerk to read out the names to have it put on record. And then those who are against will be asked to indicate, and then your names will be recorded. In a moment, we are going to vote on the matter. For those who are voting in favor of the question, is that you are in support of Albert Chan's proposal to ask candidates to speak for 1 minute each on their electoral platform. Those who are for, your hands up, please. I'll be checking from this side. Wu Jiwai, James To, Albert Chan, Fernando Cheung, Alan Leung, Leung Yu-zhong, Frederick Fung. You may now put down your hands. Those who are against, hands up, please. Again from this side. Vincent Fang, Tony Chen, Abraham Shack. Alice Mack, Kwok Wai Keung, Yip Kok Him, Lo Wai Kwok, Christopher Chung, Gary Chen, Leung Ji Cheng, Tam Yu Chung. Are you? No. All right, I now declare the results 7, 4, 9 against. The voting result is such that there is no need for the procedure, namely to ask candidates to speak for a minute about their electoral platform. Now we'll proceed to the secret ballot. The Secretariat will distribute the ballot papers as well as the chalk. Candidate number 1 is Alice Mack. Candidate number 2 is Mr. Wu Chi-wai. So please make sure that you don't mix up the candidate numbers. As this is a secret ballot, so please don't show your ballot paper to others. After you have finished voting, you just turn over your ballot paper. There's no need to fold the ballot paper. Everybody has got a ballot paper, so that's it with the distribution of ballot papers. I will invite the staff members to collect the ballot papers. Before you have put in your ballot paper, please don't leave your seat. Just now, we have distributed 18 ballot papers. I would like to ask the nominators to come forward to watch the counting of votes. Mr. Kwok Wai-Keung and Mr. Alan Leung, please. Mr. Kwok, please do so after you have cast your vote. Yes, Mr. Kwok, you may now come forward. Altogether, 18 ballot papers have been issued. Secretariat, please count whether you have collected 18 papers. Yes, the votes have been counted, 18 of them. Would you like me to call out the names? All right, I'll do so. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. 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 Number 2. I now declare the voting result. Miss Alice Mack has 11 votes and Mr. Wu Chi-wai 7. Miss Alice Mack, congratulations. You have been elected as the chair of the panel. Next, election of the deputy chairman. I would like to hand over the chairmanship to Miss Alice Mack, who has just been elected as the chairlady. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your support. Now we have to elect the deputy chairman of the panel. So for the session 2014 to 15, we are going to elect our deputy chairman. We need the nomination to be done orally by a member, to be seconded by another, and to be accepted by the nominee. Mr. Alan Leung, Mr. Wu Chi-wai, do you accept the nomination? Any seconder? Mr. James Toh seconds. Any other nominations? Mr. Gary Chen. Mr. Christopher Chong, do you accept? Any seconder? Mr. Yu Kwok Kim seconds. Any other nominations? Mr. Chen. If there aren't other nominations, let me confirm with them if there are further nominations. If there aren't, then we'll start the election. Mr. Chen, please exercise your discretion. I would like to ask the two candidates to speak for a minute each to explain about the role of chairman as well as the declaration of interest. So that's about the role of the deputy chairman. Yes, I would like to rely on the same approach as we did previously.
Members, do we agree to adopt the same approach and allow the candidates to speak? Mr. Wong Kwok-heng, I don't think it's necessary because during the election of chairman, members have indicated their wish. I don't think this procedure is necessary. Now, a member has indicated that it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Now, Madam Chair, I formally make this proposal. Let's claim the division. I ask for the bell to be rung. Mr. Wong Kwok-heng. Madam Chair, since the election for the next panel chairman will be held at 12:20, if Albert Chan's proposal is to be adopted and that the bell has to be rung for 5 minutes, the procedure for this panel will not finish in time when the procedure for the next panel begins. So this procedure should not be proceeded with. Madam Chair, if you're really following Mr. Albert Chan's suggestion, we won't be able to complete our agenda. Please exercise your wisdom because it's now time that the scheduled meeting time has been reached. Well, you have declared that declared that before Mr. Albert Chan made the suggestion. So we should dispense with the division. Mr. Kwok-heng. Well, I think since it won't be completed in time, I think perhaps we can postpone the election of deputy chairman to the next meeting. Mr. Albert Chan, if we're really to have the bell rung, I suggest we save the election of deputy chairman to the next meeting. Mr. Albert Chan, I think it's important for the bell to be rung and to invite members to come and vote. So let's finish here because we can, at the next meeting, decide whether to allow the candidates to speak. So the election of deputy chairman will be done next time. It's just 2 minutes after the bell is rung, and there is no time for election of the deputy chairman. The next meeting is scheduled for the 13th of November at 2:30. We all agree with the schedule, right? Mr. Leung Yu-chung. So, has it been confirmed yet about the change, about the meeting on the 6th of April 2015, because it's public holiday, it will be postponed to the 14th. All right, so we agree. This will be saved for the next meeting.